Today on the Spectrum, an Ohio custody case will be heard at the U.S. Supreme Court later this month. How its outcome could reshape international law.
From Studio B at NBC4 in Columbus, Ohio, this is NBC4's The Spectrum with Colleen Marshall.
This little girl does not know it, but she is at the center of an international battle, an interpretation of the Hague Convention Treaty that is going all the way to the United States Supreme Court. Welcome to The Spectrum. I'm Colleen Marshall. An Ohio mother's effort to bring her child home from Italy will be argued in Washington next week, and this child will make legal history.
It is exceptionally rare that issues of family law are before the United States Supreme Court.
But this mother and child are at the heart of a first-of-its-kind family law case that will be heard this month by the nation's highest court. Dr. Michelle Manaski was married to Dr. Dominic Taglieri, a physician in Italy, and that's where their daughter was born. But the marriage was falling apart, and Dr. Manaski came home to Ohio with her child. And she did that soon after the daughter was born.
As soon as the daughter was born and she was able to get out of bed for medical reasons, it was a matter of practicality, she had to. The marriage was so bad, the husband didn't take her to the hospital. She took a taxi to the hospital to deliver the child.
And court documents show the husband does not dispute physically abusing his wife, but he nonetheless filed a petition using the terms of the Hague Convention dealing with abduction of a child from their home country, and the U.S. federal court here in the Sixth Circuit ordered Michelle Manaski to surrender her child. But the mother argues the U.S. was always intended to be the home country. Now, for the first time, the United States Supreme Court is being asked to interpret the meaning of habitual residence for a child.
We're not fighting over which parent should have custody of the child. We're arguing over which country should determine the custodial rights of the child.
The attorney tells us Michelle Manaski had to move back to Italy, where she has the right to visit her now 4-year-old daughter, who ironically is being raised by her paternal grandmother, with little involvement from the father.
This is wrong. It's not right. This is not the way the family law is supposed to work.
If you come away with this, with the United States Supreme Court saying, yes, you prevail, this child is under the jurisdiction of the United States of America, will Italy accept that?
Well, we hope that they will accept that. That is what they're supposed to do under the terms of the convention. We're asking for sense, decency, and justice to be administered, and we have gone to literally, and what's been called the court of last resort, the Supreme Court, to do justice.
And that case will likely be decided next spring.